Hello. Hi, this is Suresh. My name is Suresh Kumar, and I have been uh, working as an IT professional for the last 17 years. Anyway, thank you for taking your time for joining this orientation session. And I wish I will make sure that you guys will have a good knowledge after leaving this session to know what is the importance of PMP certification and how to prepare for the PMP certification. So I'll make sure that you guys will be happy after leaving this session. So, as part of this orientation session, I have got the agenda like introduction from myself, and we'll talk about the PMI and PMP areas. And next, we'll talk about the PMP exam structure, and then we move to benefits of the PMP certification, and then course structure. And PMBOK is another area which we need to focus more on PMP certification part. PMBOK is nothing but Project Management Book of Knowledge. And next we will move on to actual content of the PMP certification, which is nothing but the project life cycle and project management process. So I'll touch base upon a little bit flavor on this project life cycle and project management processes, and then we'll move on to the question and answers if you have anything. So I believe you guys can put the questions in the webinar in the GoToMeeting question panel, so I can read those questions and I will answer as much as possible. I can able to do that. Okay. So about myself as a trainer, I have been in this IT industry for the last 17 years. I worked in various multinational companies. I worked in US, Canada, and United UK also as a project manager and data architect. So I have been PMP certified for the last 6 years. I had taken PMP courses for more than 6 batches. So that is about myself. Um, so just please let me know, or you can ping in the chat box if you are not able to hear me properly, or if I'm going too fast or too slow, so that I can adjust myself according to the in the interest of the time. Okay. So so that is about myself, and going back to this the content. So what is PMI and PMP? So basically, PMI is a Project Management Institute. Uh, Project Management Institute, which is headquartered in Pennsylvania. So the main functionalities of this PMI is it's basically a not non-profit organization which is focused on only in the bringing the project management profession as a discipline across all the industry. So that is the actual goal when they started this PMI in 1969. That is the year that they have started in Pennsylvania. So their initial goal was to make sure that the project management has a set of standards and methodologies to follow across all the domains or across all the industries, to make sure that the projects are delivered in a structured manner within the budget, within the time frame, and by meeting all the constraints like time, schedule, and the quality. So that was their goal. So again, on top of this project management standards and methodologies, they are also doing the research and education. So how we can, how we can improve the standards day by day based on the feedback that they are getting from the project managers across the industries. And they also host conferences and training across the industry to make sure that the PMPs are up to the standards after getting their PMP certifications. So like I said, that first they have started in 1960s, and then they moved to 1970s to have some shape for their organization by bringing all the standardization of best practices across many industries. And in 1980, they have first published their PMBOK guide. That is nothing but the Project Management Book of Knowledge. Okay, and currently they have got around 618,000 members across the industry. So before jumping into further, I want to make sure that I believe everybody in this session has got a minimum of 3 or 4 years of experience in IT industry. I believe everybody is from the IT industry. So I'm just assuming that everybody is having a minimum 3 to 4 years of experience in IT industry. So having said that 3 to 4 years, it doesn't mean that you are not a project manager and you are not maintaining any projects. It is not like that. Whatever the project management activities, that is nothing but developing, working on the requirements, capturing the requirements in a proper template, going to the project managers and giving your updates or status, saying that the project is it is according to the schedule and where every resources is aligned to the project. So it's kind of all project management activities. Indirectly, you are working on the project management activities. Even though you are working as a developer or team lead or project lead, it doesn't mean that you are not doing any project management activities. You are already into the project management activities the day one you started your IT professional career. That you guys have to understand first. Otherwise, you people will think that this PMP is only for the people who are already working as a project manager or who are already having the project management experience of more than 5 years or 6 years. No, it is not like that. Whatever the work you are working in the current project or in the previous project, everything will be considered as a project management activities. Because if you look at this the project management life cycle, uh, without assume that without your intervention in the project requirements phase, the next phase, the development phase will not start, right? So that means you're already in the initiation phase of the project management. So once the initiation is completed, once the requirements phase is completed, you again move to the design phase, then the development phase, then the unit testing or the QA testing, then the production deployment. So this entire process will cover the project management cycle. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't believe that this PMP certification is only for the PMs who are already got the experience and all that stuff. But everybody who has got more than 3 years of experience are eligible to have this PMP certification. So coming back to this, the original lead of this PMP certification, PMI in the initial stages, they have conducted a survey. Like they have not, it's not they have conducted, but they have been conducting the surveys every year. So the most six there are 6 to 7 key points that they have observed. The failure of any project across the industry is first the project manager lacks solid self-esteem. That means the project manager, whoever is working on the project is lacking the self-confidence. That is again because of he is not aware of the what is the exact the proven standards or methodologies or the tools or techniques which are defined by the project management institute to implement in the project. So lack of these things, the project manager is automatically lacking the confidence. So assume that a situation where your director or your immediate boss will come and ask you, give me the status of so and so module for that period, for the period like 6 months back or 3 months back. So generally, any project manager will not maintain so much of highly structured metrics. Metrics are the data or the documentation. But when it comes to the PMI or PMP certified, these things will automatically fall into the cycle of your project management. So automatically, without your knowledge, you are maintaining this documentation, the metrics, the data points, or the issues or resolution. So everything will be in place in your system. So anybody come and ask you that Suresh, can you give me that status of this particular model for that release or the further production deployment? So I will be in a position to give the those data points to the my project manager. So automatically you are having lot of information in back of your mind, and you will be ready to give the situation of the project, whether it is on track or off track, or you are facing any risks, something, you will be automatically in a position to give them to your project manager. That gives a lot of self confidence while executing the project. That is again because of you have followed certain set of standards, practices in the project management. So number two point is that team members are disconnected from the project and its objectives. So this is one of the six key points where the PMI has come up with the one of the failures. So team members are disconnected from the project and its objectives. That means the project manager is not doing proper communications within the project. You know, again, in the course, in the going forward, as a part of course, there is a module called communications management. That is a dedicated chapter or the module which talks about the only the communications within the team and across the stakeholders. Stakeholders is nothing but uh, uh, the actual partners or actual people who are going to get the benefits out of this project. So those things we can discuss as part of the course. So again, like I said, the team members are disconnected because of lack of communication in the project by the project managers. So the third point is planning a lagged, a time effort and the time schedule, or the making the project position that in the success pattern, a success criteria. So this is again lack of schedule management. This is schedule management is again part of the PMP certification course. So communication efforts take a one size fits. It's only a one way communication. Sometimes a project manager will he will not understand the team's dynamics, right? He will not understand what his team is actually looking from the project, what is the team's personal goals or personal career goals. Those things some project managers will not have any idea. Just they want to make sure that whether the project is on track, or whether am I keeping the customer happy or not. But the project manager will sometimes project managers may not think about the team dynamics, the benefits of team. So that is again when the team is not happy with the project manager or the project. So automatically the team will be distracted, right? So they will not focus on um, the efforts to make sure that the project is gets success. So again, this is nothing but the communications within the project manager. So sometimes the failure may come from the reporting the status to the stakeholders. Okay, the some project managers will not have proper methodology in the play, so they don't have a correct data to produce to to their managers. So what is the success? How the project is going? Are you seeing any risks or any issues, so that the top management will pitch in the project and they will resolve those issues. So those things, if you don't communicate to the project manager, I mean the PMO, or the project management office, or your immediate bosses, then the project will definitely fail, because the top management will not be in a position to jump in the last moment to resolve the issues. So as a project manager, we have to give the upfront communication to the our immediate bosses. So these are the things that common things which we can talk about the failures of the project. So the PMI has come to conclusion that, so if you cover all these pitfalls or the key lack of areas, and make it as a standard methodologies or the processes or tools and techniques, by applying some tools and techniques, so the people will be in a structured manner, so that those people will manage the project successfully. So that is the intention of the PMIs, the certification part, and PMP covers all these areas to make sure that the person is highly professional while handling the project management. So that is about the PMI and their role. And coming to the PMP, actually the PMP is nothing but the project. Uh, Actually, I got a message from, are you on the 23rd slide still? Because we are seeing only those points. No, actually, I am in the second slide. I'm sorry, second slide. Yeah, third slide. So what is PMP certification? Okay, what is the PMP certification? So PMP is nothing but the project management professional. It's a most important industry recognized across all the industry managements certification. So it gives the globally valued certification, and it is not only recognized by the IT sector or anything. It is recognized by even the governments in India or in US or UK or anywhere you can go. All the governments are recognized these certifications globally to make sure that the person is a PMP certified, so that their projects will be in a better shape or good shape. Okay. So this PMP is not only for, like I said, it is not only for IT. It is for across any domain like aerospace, construction, manufacturing, defense, healthcare, even education, finance, whatever you name the industry, it is there. But when you look at the technology side, technology is limited to particular domain. But whereas PM project management profession is across any industry, so it is very widely recognized PMP certification. Okay, and who should pursue a PMP certification? Like I said, anybody who is having uh, 3 years, minimum 3 years of IT experience can prepare and get the certification from PMP as a PMP certified professional. Okay. Again, the basic qualification is one should have a basic degree like 4 years degree and 36 months of project management experience. That means, like I said, the project management experience is, it's not only a typical project manager. Anybody who is involved in the all the phases of the life cycle of a project are eligible to appear for the project management professional. Okay. So like I said, the PMP is eligible for everyone who has got 3 years experience. So the PMP exam structure will be of this format. If you look at the screen, PMP questions or 175 questions will be there. Out of 175 questions, there are 200 questions, total questions will be there, and 175 questions will be scored for the PMP certification. But the remaining 20, sorry, it is 25, not 20. Remaining 25 questions will be pre-test questions. That means uh, what PMI does is they every year they will give 25 questions in each exam as a non-scored questions. That means those questions which are given in the PMP exam will not be scored to make sure that whether you are PMP certified or not PMP certified. The reason for putting these 25 questions in the PMP exam is they want to see the project manager or anybody who is writing the PMP examination is a valid question, or it's a eligible question to make sure that it is going to be in the next as a PMP exam questions, as a original PMP question exams. That is that way they are going to build the question banks for the PMP examinations. But as a PMP aspirant, when you are writing this PMP examination, you will not be see the difference between that 175 questions or 25 questions. Even if you answer 25 questions, uh, even if you answer those 25 questions, and out of 200 questions, uh, those 25 questions correct, but you will not get the marks for those 25 questions. But the remaining questions will be considered for the uh, uh, certification purpose, but not those 25 questions. but you have to answer all the 200 questions. But at the end of the examination, what will happen is you will not get any pass. You will not get any percentage of marks. Like you get 65% or 85% or 95%. You will get only either pass or fail. So that's it. It's called a quant. Some I don't remember that word. Yeah, it's only it gives pass or fail, not any wrong kind of thing. So that is how the PMP exam the questions are allotted across the all the domains. So when it comes to the percentage of questions across the domains, if you see that's the left side, this is called a domain area, initiation, planning, executing, monitoring and control, closing. These are the 5 areas where you can see in any project life cycle. You can take a small project or big project or very big project. It doesn't matter whether it is a small, big or the huge project. Only thing is, if any project will contain all these 5 areas to make sure that project is uh, uh, fall under the project life cycle. So if you take that initiation phase, it has got 13% of the questions are coming from the initiation, and 24 questions are coming from the planning area, and 31% questions are coming from the executing, and 25% questions are coming from the monitoring and control, and 7% of the questions are coming from the closing area. So this constitutes 100%. And if you look at this percentage areas, only the executing part and the planning part and more or less monitoring control. These 3 areas are most important phases in the execution of a project. That's why they have given utmost care while doing the executing of the project. Okay, apart from this, and there are various programs from PMI Institute. Like actually, we are talking about this PMP lost the point PMP certification, but there are other certifications which you once you get certified in one of these certifications, and going further in your career, you can start preparing for the other certifications, because the more certifications, obviously, if you carry on your resume, so obviously you will have more weight in selection of the job selection process, right? So this is the PMP which I'm talking about, and there is a certified associate project manager certification, which is somewhat lighter version of the PMP. It's like if anybody in the session has prepared Oracle certification professions, like there is a Oracle OCA is also another certification, right? So it's kind of a lighter version over the OCP. That means there will be lesser area of coverage with respect to the domains. And Agile Certified Practitioner is another certification which is related to the Agile project management. I believe everybody is aware of this Agile, what is Agile and what is the traditional project management, legacy project management uh, uh, systems. So another is PMI risk management professional, which is this is nothing but a specialized area in the project management. So if you want to become a risk management professional, so there are various designations in the industry, or there are various opportunities in the industry where people are looking only the risk management. It's nothing but the firefighter. You are going to play a firefighter role in the project. That means wherever there are any risks, or if you are seeing any risks in the project, so you'll be making sure that the top management is aware that the project is going to be in the trouble, or you have to take these issues upfront to make sure that the project is on track. So those kind of methodologies or the process will be discussed and tested in the risk management professional. This is a kind of advancement in the project management. This requires a lot of project management experience. It's minimum, I would say minimum 7 to 8 years of experience. If you work in a project management, then you will be able to understand what is the risks and what is the implications of the risks in the project. So coming to the scheduling professional, this is again one area of specialization. Similarly, like risk management, scheduling is nothing but how do you schedule the project, how do you foresee the problems, like how many resources you want in the project, and what is the timeline to execute this project within the timeline and within the budget. So those things will be considered as a scheduling professional, and this again advancement in the project management professional. And portfolio management is again advanced certification course. It's I would say that first PMP, right? I would say like this: first PMP, of course, first is CAPM. Like that is a very initial certification in any project management. It's like a diploma kind of thing. It's not a degree or something like. When you compare to our system, it's only a diploma part, 6 months diploma course. Okay, and then again the PMP certification. PMP certification is a full-fledged project management. It's highly recognized and highly valuable across the industries. And then you move to the program management. Program management is nothing but a professional or an individual who handles more than one project, like 2 or 3 projects in the project management in the organization. So that person is called a program manager. So to handle the program is nothing but the group of projects, right? So to handle that program, one should have a program management professional. So in the PMP, what we are talking about a single project or maximum 2 projects. But when it comes to the program management, you will be entitled to, you will be tagged to a particular account, where that account will have multiple projects, across the multiple operations. So to handle that kind of huge amount of work, you need to have more knowledge, right? You need to have more knowledge and more experience. So for that, you need to have a lot of experience in handling multiple projects, and at the same time, you need to have the program management professional to make sure that you're different from others. You're different from other project program managers. Like you can say that I'm a PGMP certified from PMI, and I have a lot of knowledge with respect to the processes which are involved in the program management. So that is about the program management part, and next is the portfolio management professional. Portfolio is nothing but in the program management, you're talking about a single project, single account, right? When it comes to the portfolio management, it consists of multiple accounts in alignment with the organization strategy. Like it directly impacts the organization growth or the strategic behavior of the organization. I can say that. So portfolio, program management, project management. I'm just coming from the top to bottom. Portfolio management, program management, project management, and CAPM. These are the 4 different certifications. Okay, but when it comes to the PMI, risk management professional and scheduling professional, this is this prevails across all these certifications, like portfolio, program management, and project management. So if you consider vertically, PGMP, PFMP, and PMP, and you can consider risk management and scheduling is horizontal bar, like it spans across all these certifications. That's why it is called a specialized certification professional. But I have not captured one certification here that is still in the beta version of the PMI future plans. That is nothing but the business analyst. Okay, so business analyst is another area which uh, business analysis part. So that is a different story. Just I am giving the heads up on this another certificate which is coming from the PMI. So this is a PDU, professional development units, is the one part which you need to measure, which is nothing but the measuring unit of your certifications. That means once you complete the certifications, you have to maintain PDUs of 60 PDUs across 3 years of period. That means if you don't follow these PDUs, your certification will automatically will automatically get expired. So PD is nothing but it's nothing but your PMA wants to the PMP professional to make sure that once he completes the PMP certification, it should not just go away. He has to have this all this knowledge or the standards or methodology whatever he learned in the PMP that he has to implement in his actual career life. So that's why you want to make sure that if you don't maintain these PDUs in your over a 3 years of period time, then your PMP certification automatically gets expired. So there are various things, various ways that you can obtain this PDUs. Category A, Category B, Category C. If you see this Category C, it is like the self-directed learning. That means you can go to any webinar like recognized by the PMP. If you take those webinars for 1 hour, automatically you will get 1 hour of PDUs. 1 hour PDU means one PDU. It's on an average 1 hour PDU is nothing but one PDU. And if you see the Category D, it's nothing but the creating a new project management knowledge. Suppose it's kind of lessons learned in your own project. If you claim that the lessons which you learned in the project management in your own project, and that is going to be useful for across all the industry, then you can claim that I have learned these lessons, and this is the mitigation activity that I have taken to overcome that problem. So that will become as one of the methodologies in the PMI. So that way you can maintain the PDS. If you see that category, it is voluntary service. So voluntary service is nothing but if you in your organization you can do project management training sessions, or you can support your PMO in your own organization by participating the seminars, or giving the webinars. So that way you can have the PDUs. Okay, and the category F is nothing but is your actual original PMP, project management career, like as a project manager, working as a project manager. You can claim for every 6 months that you have worked as a project manager. Based on your timing, you will get the 10 PDUs or 3 PDUs, something like that. So that way you need to maintain the PDUs across 3 years of period. So this is something like sample cycle which I have given. Suppose if you see this, if you pause the exam on 15 September 15, so your certification will closes by 2018 15th of September. So then you need to renew your credentials by 14th of September 2018. So once you complete that particular cycle, then your next cycle starts on 15th September 2018, and the next cycle ends on 2021. So that way you are maintaining your PMP certification throughout your life. As long as you are meeting all this the 60 PDS over 3 years of period, you don't have to write the exam again and again. Just maintain that PMP throughout your life as long as you are in the industry. Okay. So this suspension status is nothing but if you don't meet these PDUs, then your credential cycle will start into suspension mode. So only 1 year after the suspension period begins, if you do not complete the CCR program, CCR is nothing but the continuation certification process, program requirements, your credentials will expire. So this is about the maintaining the PDUs and going through the life cycle of maintaining the PMP certification. So coming to the benefits of PMP certification, like everybody knows that end of the day we are working for a good salary, right, in the industry. So the first major and most important benefit from the PMP certification is you are going to get minimum of $10,000 average salary versus non-certified PMs. So this is actual data. If you look at this screenshot here, this is the actual data which is I have taken it from the PMI website. This is the PMI website. Just I have taken it for our demo purpose. So if you look at this, the marked here, I'll remove this part. If you see this United States, right? If you look at this title of this annualized salary in the United States, US dollars by PMP certification status. They are comparing PMP versus non-PMP people. This is across the country. If you take United States, the average salary is $111,000 versus $91,000. This is the non-PMI. That means average salary benefit for a PMP certified professional in United States. I'm just taking the United States because we are all working in United States client side. So it is the 10,000 minimum dollars will be there for a PMP versus non-PMP. Other than this PMP certification, there are a lot of a lot of benefits across the industry. Like you will be highly recognized and you will be highly respected in the society of the project management. Okay, and you will have a lot of knowledge compared to the non-PMP certified professionals. And in your own organization, you will be given a lot of preference, while taking any decisions. If they want to take on the project, account side or account management side, or in the client management side, they will definitely consider your thoughts and your views, to make sure that how the clients, how we can improve the client base, or how we can improve the methodologies or the project management practice in the organization. So definitely they will come back to you and take your suggestions, because you are highly qualified by the PMP Institute. So they will make sure that you will have better ideas compared to the other people. So that is the advantages over non-PMP certificate. So if you see this definition, this is from CIO magazine, which I have mentioned here. Completing the project management professional certification shows employers that you have the necessary skills and resources to get the project done from start to finish on time and on budget. Okay, that means you are making sure that the client money, whatever that penny that is coming from the client, is worthwhile and it is coming into the proper channel and expenses are meeting the project requirements. That's what they wanted to say. So from start to finish, you will be in a position to make sure the project gets highly success. So those are the few of the benefits of the project management. Of course, the salary part is main criteria which we look forward. So going back to this course structure, this is the course structure which I'm going to engage the people who are coming to the sessions going forward. First, I'll talk about the overview of the process groups and the project management framework and project management processes. And these yellow marked are the actual knowledge areas which is defined by the project management PMI Institute. So these 10, if you cover all these 10 knowledge areas, you are ready for the PMP certification. That means you will be in a position to write the PMP certification without any issues. So what I'm going to do is I'll cover the project management, integration management, or scope management, followed by a mini test of 25 questions. So these 25 questions I will be given at the end of the session, and I will ask you to go through the session and the test part, and you can complete the test. And if you get any wrong answers or if you have any question, then I will give the solution as well as the explanation of that question, so that you people will in sync with what we thought and what you understood out of the session, and you are able to understand the process or those things and able to answer the questions. So after completing all these sessions, there will be a practice test of 100 questions with solutions and explanations. There will be two tests, that means 200 questions. 200 questions are actual questions. I mean, these questions will be at par with the actual questions which are coming from the PMP exam. Okay, so that way you guys will be in a better shape to complete the PMP certifications in the first trial of the exam itself. So this is the PMP. Okay, this is nothing but I can say this is the Bible, or Bhagavad Gita, whatever you say. This is the only document which is given to the PMI Institute to prepare for the examination. This is a kind of a 600 pages document. You guys, anybody who wants to prepare for the PMP certification, they have to read this document from first page to the last page minimum 2 times to understand the PMP part. So every training will be aligned with this PMI, this PMBOK book. So no training will be going away from this PMBOK, because everybody has to bound by this PMBOK standards and the methodologies defined in this book. So this is the only book which we are going to refer in the PMP certifications. And So that is about the PMI and PMP and how to prepare for the exam. But when it comes to the this part, I'm just going to touch upon, because in the interest of time, I spent just 5 minutes on this project life cycle, and we'll move to the question and answer sessions. Okay. This is actually the project life cycle and project management process. Like I said, these are the 5 domains which we are going to cover across the all the projects, like initiation phase, planning phase, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. Anybody who has worked on any one of these areas will be eligible for the PMP certification. That's what I'm just reiterating that part. Don't think that any project manager only is eligible for this PMP certification. So, like I said, those 10 knowledge areas, project integration management, each knowledge area will again, will have these 5 areas: initiation phase, planning process, execution, monitoring, control, closing processes. So when we get into the actual course, I'll explain each and everything in detail: how to develop the project, what is project charter, and how to develop project charter, and what is the importance of project charter in the project management activities, and other areas like PMP, project management plan, like this. So project integration is management is the first area which we need to cover in out of the 10 knowledge areas, and then we'll move to the project scope management. Again, here the areas which are related to the project scope management will be covered, and time management is another knowledge areas. Cost management is where that all the costing of the project, or the resource cost, or the resources of the computers, other expenses part will be discussed in the cost management. And the project quality management, we discuss about the quality of the deliverables, how the quality of the validation, how the defects are captured, how you maintain the quality management across the project. Making sure that quality is according to the client's assurance part, SLAs, those kind of area. And project human resource management is nothing but how to build the teams, and how to take care of the teams, and what are the dynamics, how to acquire the project team in the initiation of the project. Those areas will be covered in the HR, human resources management. And communication management is nothing but the communications within the project, across the project holders, within the client people, across the organization. Those areas will be communicated, discussed in the communications management. And the project risk management is nothing but what are the risks. Like I said, it's a specialized course. There is separate certification for risk management. So as part of that, we discuss all these risks and how to quantify and how to qualify the risk, and what are the risk responses. How do you mitigate those risks in going forward? Those things will be covered in the risk management. And in the procurement management is nothing but if you when you are working the project with external clients, like external contractors, external vendors. So how do you manage those vendors? How do you select those vendors? How do you set the expectations with the outsiders vendors to make sure that your project is on a track? Okay, so those selection process, controlling their vendors, or their procurements, will be everything will be discussed in the procurement management. But this is very important model in PFA certification. You will see a lot of questions, at least minimum 5 to 6 questions out of this procurement management in the PMP examinations. And the next is the project stakeholder management. Stakeholder management is again, stakeholder is anybody who is part of the project, who is getting the impacted out of the from the output of the project. Suppose if you have a 7 members team, and you have a project manager, you have a finance team, you have your general manager, you have your client, everybody is there. So those everybody who are involved in this project are nothing but the stakeholders. So in the stakeholder management, what we do is we have to make sure that every stakeholders that we have invested or who are the partner, we have to make sure that we are communicating the project status to the stakeholder, so that those stakeholders will have basic idea what is the project is going, how the project is going, and when the project is going into the becoming a product, like when the project will be in the production, when they are going to utilize those projects product. So those things we have to make sure that the stakeholders are aligned with the project status. So that part we will be discussing in the stakeholder management. So how to manage them and how to communicate with the stakeholder management, how to meet their expectations. So every stakeholder will have different expectations, right? So we have to make sure that we meet all the expectations of the stakeholder management to make sure that their interests are met. So that part will be discussed in the stakeholder management. So these are 10 areas, technology knowledge areas, which we need to discuss in detail. I'll be dedicating each day for each one module, so that we'll have complete knowledge on the each knowledge areas. So that is about the PMI, PMP part, and what are the benefits which we can have after completion of the PMP certification. So this is just question I have put it just for benefit of you. Like once you leave the session, then you should ask your question: why should you get PMP certified? So I believe that you guys will have you can answer this question: why should you get PMP certified after listening this session? So the background. This is the sample PMP certificate given by the PMI Institute, Project Management Professional. So if you look at here, PMI number will be there, and PMP original start date and PMI expiration date. That this is nothing but those three years of period time which we discussed earlier, right? So that will be given here. So this is the official seal of the PMI certification, the certificate, which is Project Management Institute corporate seal established in 1969. Okay, so uh, so this is about the PMP profession. What is PMP profession doing, and what is his role, and what are the benefits of the PMP certification. So any questions? I'm ready to take the questions. So if you have any questions, you can put it in question panel, so I can read one by one. So the first question I'm seeing is, could you please tell us about the scope of these certifications for professionals in different level? So like I said, in different level, I believe the different level is nothing but a software engineer or a senior software engineer or team lead or project leader. Anybody who has got 3 years of experience in IT industry or any industry like manufacturing or healthcare, whatever the domain you take, they are eligible for taking this certification examination. Do we need to apply and attend a complete course to take any certifications? Uh, as part of the PMS certification, you need to claim 35 contract hours, 35 contract hours for from any PMI from any PMP institute to apply for the PMP certificate. To apply for the PMP examination. So that you can consider it as a prerequisite for taking the PMP certifications. If you don't have this 35 contract hours in the form of a PMP training, then your application will not be eligible for selection process. So another question: is it an examination for 4 hours without any break? Yes, it is. It's a complete 4 hours examination. You people will not get any kind of break. If you want to take any break, like if you want to go to restroom or if you want to have a glass of water, you need to. There are some persons available in the room. You have to take their help, and they will accompany you, and they will make sure that you will be not going outside of this room, and you're not doing any kind of malpractices to in the certification examination. But literally there won't be any break. If you want to take any break, you can take, but that break will be part of this 4 hours examination. So ultimately at the end of exam, you will not be getting sufficient time to complete the examination. Okay, because 200 questions and 4 hours is very limited time to complete those 200 questions. So if you want to take break, you can take a break like stretching your legs or stretching your body, but you don't waste more than 5 seconds or like that in the examination. So another question, my friend suggested to read PMP by Rita Mulke. Can you please tell us your opinion? Yes. See, apart from this PMI PIMBOK book, one should read this PMI by Rita Mulke book, because that is considered as the best book in the industry, in the PMI industry, PMP industry. That one should read this PMP book, Rita Mulke book, to to prepare to get more thoughts and book book knowledge on the PMP examination. Yeah, that is that's again is the best book in the market. One should read, because even I have read this book like 3 4 times, and I have completed all the examinations questions in that book. Okay. So another question, Rita Mulke does not replace PMBOK, right? Yes, it does not replace PMBOK, because PMBOK, the way PMBOK written is different, and the way Rita Mulke book is written is different. PMBOK is, it's a standard English, typical English. Uh, it's kind of a communication between the project managers, and it's a plain English. It's no any technical terms, technical explanations, nothing like that. But if you want to dig into this technical details of any concept knowledge of this methodologies defined in the PMBOK, you have to refer any book like Rita Mulke or any other good book which is available in the market. Okay. Another question is, will this certification help with promotion sorts? Yes, this is, like I said, in the part of benefits of the program, benefits of the PMP exam. Definitely, this will be the number one area where you can consider for the promotion in your organization. People will definitely consider you for PMP certification as a promotion, aid, to get you promotion among the other non-PMP certified professionals. Another question, will this class go over on how to use Microsoft Project? Microsoft Project is a scheduling tool or monitoring and controlling tool, which is, that is a tool, right? Microsoft Project is a tool which is developed by the Microsoft, whereas PMP is a certification exam, which in the examination where they will testify your knowledge or the experience and your the logical knowledge of the how you are going to utilize this methodology defined in the PMI. Those things will be testified in the PMP examination. But when it comes to the project, Microsoft Project, which is a typical tool, which you can use that project, Microsoft Project, to schedule or your plan your project, and you can monitor or control the project after when you are executing the project. So those are two different areas. We cannot compare the project with the Microsoft PMP certification. Uh, Okay, those are the questions which I got as of now, and I believe I have answered every question. So if you have any questions, you can just post it in your IT Learn website. I can take it from if I get any questions. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for taking your time. And I believe that you have taken a very good decision. In moving up your career ladder by taking this PMP certification course. So I believe everybody, will go further uh, uh, for this PMP classes. Thank you very much.